And this work that we're beginning now deepens that sense of fraternal purpose. When that happens, when that profound change of attitude happens in the minds and hearts of our young men, the result is incredible. Because all of a sudden, men who are struggling in areas of their life, whatever they might be, there's somebody there to help. There's a resource there that can fill that gap. And it's usually going to come in the form of a brother that says, I'm here for you. I've got some ideas. I can't solve it for you, but I can help you. Let's go.
What's it like to be a college undergraduate today? I guess in one word, overwhelming. And maybe it's always been overwhelming, but today it seems even more overwhelming. We continue to read articles about college graduates getting degrees but finding no jobs. We keep reading about the fact that our higher education institutions are struggling to compete on a global basis. So, everything is quicker, faster, more intense, raises the level of anxiety on the part of all students and faculty and parents and everybody in terms of what's going on in higher education in North America. But the fact is that we're facing unprecedented dangers.
Some of the issues our undergraduates are facing are much different than what we've experienced in the past. For example, mental health issues have become much more of a prevalent concern, not just among fraternity members, but among college students in general. Our goal is to ensure that our undergraduates have the tools and the skills they need to ensure that their fellow brothers remain safe and remain healthy.
As we looked at our organization in terms of how are we serving the needs of our undergraduates in terms of their health, in terms of their safety, in terms of their protection, in terms of their lifelong wellness, we, like many others, have created and delivered educational programs for many, many, many years. And to a large degree, they've been extremely well accepted, and I think in many circles people would tell you that what we have delivered from an educational perspective is as good or better than anything else that's out there. But it's also not enough.
Kids today are 7 times more likely to suffer from stress, depression, and anxiety than kids of their same age during even the Great Depression. So the lives of young people today, they're facing things that I never dreamed of facing. The time's right. The time's right, not just because it's Theta Chi's time, but it's right because young men are kind of raising their hands and saying, can you help me?
One of the things that's key to our overall goals and objectives is lifelong friendships. And I think the key word there is lifelong. And lifelong to me has a lot to do with the health and the safety and the protection and the wellness of an individual person so that they in fact do live a long life. And we all want our friends and our brothers to be with us throughout their whole life. The Vice President of Health and Safety of Theta Chi will have a direct connection with those people at the Health Services Administration of every college and university campus that we're on. And it's important that we have that connection because when you think of all the things that organization is responsible for, they are really responsible for the welfare and the protection and the wellness of the entire enrollment of the university. And we plan on being an advocate for that organization. You are, in fact, setting the stage today for the direction you will take later. And this organization is here to help you with that. This organization is founded on the basis of being there to accomplish that. And we're going to do everything in our power to see that you get the most out of what I like to call the Theta Chi experience. You're in this window of your life of 18 to 22, and you really have got the world as your oyster and what you're going to do and how you're going to go about doing it. And the ability to have people around you who are all in the same circumstance at the exact same time in a community at a college university, whether you're a small school and have only 1,000 students or whether you're at a major university and you have 50,000 people, it's the only time in your entire life where you will be in a community where everybody is in the same place. And I think the friendships, the dialogue, the conversations with those people during that period of time in your life is kind of how I define brotherhood. And watching over that person who is your friend and who is your fraternity brother is a very important responsibility that each of us have to each other.
Caring for somebody else is the greatest expression of brotherhood, and even deeper and more profound, I think caring for another is the greatest and highest expression of manhood.
As a national organization, the decisions that we make and the directions that we take are all driven towards creating that environment, making a positive impact on a young man's life. And I think if we make a positive impact on a young man's life and he reflects later in life in his late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and says, of all the decisions that you made in your life, what were some of the things that were the most positive, were the things that, perhaps changed your life or set you on a course to the direction that you took on? I would hope that one of those answers would be the day I made a decision to become a member of Theta Chi fraternity.